Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about the Smith-Morra Gambit. In chess, the Smith-Morra Gambit, or we can simply call it as Morra Gambit, is an opening gambit against the Sicilian defense. The Smith-Morra is uncommon in Grandmaster games, but is popular at club level. It does not have a definitive reputation. Many players consider the opening amateurish. International master Mark Ezerman is one of its leading advocates today.
The Smith-Morra Gambit is named after Pierre Morra from France and Ken Smith of the Dallas Chess Club. In Europe, the name Morra Gambit is preferred, but there are other names for it, including Tasakova Gambit and Maslovic Gambit, but it is not used anymore nowadays. Around 1950, Morra published a booklet and several articles about the Smith-Morra. Its total are 9 books and 49 articles. When Smith participated in an international tournament against several top grandmasters in San Antonio in 1972, he aced the opening 3 times against Don O'Brien, Larry Evans, and Harry McKing, but lost all 3 games.
Smith-Morra Gambit is white chess opening to take black completely out of Sicilian defense line. Initially, white start to move his pawn to e4. Then, black responds his pawn to c5. After that, white play his pawn to d4. And then, black captures the pawn on d4. After that, white offer up another pawn in c3. Then, black capture the pawn in c3 and white recapture with knight at c3. So from here, we can see that which we given up 2 pawns and blacks giving up 1 pawn. But we can see that we already have center control with pawn and a developed knight on c3. Then black continue to move his knight to c6. And then we continue to move our knight to f3. Then black continue to move his pawn to d6 and we develop our bishop to c4 to attack f7 pawn, and at the same time we will castle at the king side. Then black move this pawn to e6 to defend the f7 pawn, and then we start to castle and develop our rook. So the black continue to move his knight to f6, and then we respond by moving our queen to e2 since we have bishop in c4. Then black continue to move his bishop to e7 to castle in the king side. So we continue to bring our rook to d1, and then black move his pawn to e6 to block our path. Either we can develop our dark square bishop or bring rook to the action or start attacking the black king. The black side also can use another strategy, which is Chicago defense. After black can see that we are using the Smith-Morra Gambit, black will continue to move his pawn to e6 to protect f7 pawn. Although black has no our strategy, we can continue to move our white bishop to c4. Then black try to attack our bishop at c4 by moving his pawn to a6. We can continue to develop our knight to f3. Then black continue attacking our bishop by moving his pawn to b5. After the attack, we can defend our bishop by bring it back to b3. Then black will move his pawn to d6. Lastly, we can castle at the king side. In Chicago defense, we can see we have developed some pieces like pawn on e4 and castle king. Black has moved 4 of his pawn and none of his pieces moved.